Hello students, we will be doing the fourth chapter of grammar today, that is types of sentences. Basically there are four types of sentences that we will be dealing today with. It's assertive, interrogative, exclamatory and imperative. Depending on the type of sentence, it can either be negative or it can be affirmative or positive. How can they be negative or affirmative, that we will discuss further. But for now we are dealing with the four types of sentences: assertive, interrogative, exclamatory and imperative. An assertive sentence is a sentence that states a fact. They state, assert or declare something. Basically they are plain simple sentences. Priya is a student, she lives in a big city. He sat on the chair, the bird is singing on the branch. I had my breakfast. All these sentences are examples of plain simple sentences, hence they are known as assertive sentences. Interrogative sentences are again easy to identify. They have a question mark at the end of the sentence. They basically ask a question. What is your name? Where do you live? Why are you late? Do you have a pen? Can I drink your water? Etc. Exclamatory sentences again are easy to identify. They have exclamation mark in them anywhere. Alright. Exclamatory sentence is a sentence that expresses sudden and strong feelings such as surprise, wonder, pity, sympathy, happiness or gratitude. Imperative sentence. It is a sentence which gives a command, suggestion, makes a request or expresses a wish. These sentences are easy to identify again. Okay. Like for example, go to your room, that is an order. Please lend me your book, which is a request. Have a good time at the picnic, which is a wish. I think blue looks better on you, it is a suggestion. Take a right from here, which could be an instruction. Open the door, which can be an order. Be quiet in the library can be a suggestion. So all these sentences are examples of imperative sentences. A negative sentence, very easy to identify again, will have a negative word in them. It can be either no, never, nothing or not. Example, she is not playing. Not is a negative word here, making the sentence negative. We don't have a pen. After do we have nt, that is basically not, so it's making the sentence negative. I shouldn't play, nt over here, not, so it's making the sentence negative. If the sentence do not have any kind of negative word, they are positive sentences, also known as affirmative sentences. So basically we have to remember these. So before we go ahead with the rest of the slides, you need to set in your mind and you need to remember the types of sentences we are doing over here. Declarative or assertive sentences basically are a statement, simple statements. Interrogative have a question in them. Imperative have any kind of command, request, advice, etc. Exclamative have an exclamation mark in them. Now can you identify the types of sentences over here? He stopped, a plain simple sentence, hence it is an assertive sentence. Did he stop? You are asking a question, to interrogative. Stop, it is a command, so imperative. How he stopped can be an exclamatory sentence. Now a small exercise for you to identify the types of sentences over here. I shall take you to the waterfall, a simple plain sentence, hence it is assertive. I shall not take you to the waterfall. This sentence has a negative word, hence this is a negative sentence. Shall I take you to the waterfall? Has a question mark, hence it is interrogative sentence. Take me to the waterfall please. Here you are requesting something, hence it is imperative sentence. What a lovely waterfall. The sentence has exclamatory mark at the end, hence it is exclamatory sentence. So before we go ahead with the transformation of sentences, you need to know the types of sentences. Basically what does assertive mean, what does interrogative mean, exclamatory, imperative, what is the meaning of these words, you need to know before we move on further. The first type that we are doing today is converting the imperative sentences to assertive sentences. For example, if you get a sentence like, please give me a glass of water. The sentence is imperative. You are told to change it into assertive, that is a plain simple sentences. There are few rules that we need to follow, and then when we follow the rules, the sentence can be transformed as, you are requested to give me a glass of water. Don't tell a lie, please. You are requested not to tell a lie. Now, what are the rules that are applied over here in order to change the imperative sentences to assertive sentences? You need to go through these rules. If the imperative sentences have words such as please or kindly, while changing into assertive, you are supposed to begin the sentence with you are requested to. So, you are requested to give me a glass of water. If there is any kind of order, advice or instruction, you will begin the sentence with you are ordered to, you are advised to, or you are instructed to. For example, if you are told sit quietly in the library, so that could be an advice. So, you are advised to sit quietly in the library can be your answer. If the sentence has a negative word like here, don't tell a lie, here you have the word not. So, when you have a negative sentence, you are supposed to begin with you are requested not to. So, you are requested not to tell a lie. These are few set of rules that we need to follow. Down is the same explanation that I just told you. Now, let us solve few sentences. Please be quiet in the library. This is a request. Hence, while changing, you begin with you are requested to be quiet in the library. Close the door is an order. So, your answer will be you are ordered to close the door. Don't be so rude to him. Again, this sentence is negative over here. So, you are requested or you are advised not to be rude to him. Remember, there is no word please over here or kindly over here. So, it is not any kind of request. The word that you are going to be using is advised over here. Don't be so rude to him can be a suggestion or can be an advice too. Go to the office and start the work. This can be a suggestion that you give someone. So, you are instructed or you are suggesting someone to go to the office and start the work. So, that will be your answer. Convert the following assertive sentences into imperative. Now, we are doing the next type of it. Previously, we did imperative to assertive. Now, we are doing assertive to imperative. Assertive to imperative are very, very easy. You have to attend a meeting. So, you have to do the vice versa of the rules we followed for the first time. You have to attend the meeting or the seminar. Your answer will be attend the seminar. You must keep quiet. Keep quiet is your answer. You don't go there. Do not go there is your answer. You should come on time. Come on time is your answer. You must complete the assigned work in time. Complete the assigned work in time. So, basically, you have to use the rules that we applied for imperative to assertive in the same way over here. So, when you get a sentence like you have to attend the seminar, remember you have to remove the initial words and only use the sentence that can be used. You have to attend the seminar, so your answer will be attend the seminar. Moving on further. The next type that we are doing now is converting assertive sentences to interrogative sentences. The first type we did was assertive to imperative and imperative to assertive. Moving on to the second type, assertive to interrogative and interrogative to assertive. There are certain rules that we will follow. See this example over here. He will never learn manners. Now, when we change the assertive sentence into interrogative, remember there should be a question mark at the end of the sentence that we change, because remember we are changing it into interrogative sentence. Assertive sentence, that is a plain simple sentence, we are changing it into interrogative. So, while changing, what exactly has to be done? He over here is the subject. What follows he is an auxiliary verb or a helping verb. Will over here is an auxiliary verb or a helping verb. This auxiliary or helping verb, we will get it in front and the subject will come after it. And then we will write the remaining part of the sentence. Another rule that we need to follow is if the sentence is positive, we will make it negative. If the sentence is negative, we will make it positive. Words such as no, never, not or nothing are words which make the sentence negative. So, no, never, not also added over here can be nothing. So here in the sentence we have the word never. He will never learn manners. So while changing it, your answer will be, will he ever learn manners and question mark. So here if you see, the helping verb was got before, the subject was taken later, will he ever learn manners. Since the sentence has never, it is negative, we are changing it into a positive sentence. Iron is the most useful of all metals. Over here, is your helping verb, so you will get is in front. Also we have to check if the sentence is positive or negative. This sentence is positive, hence while changing it, isn't. Okay, we are going to write isn't over here, making the sentence negative. So isn't iron the most useful of all metals and question mark. Another set of rules that we need to remember while changing from assertive to interrogative is, if the assertive sentence has words such as never, nothing, nothing but, while changing it into interrogative, never becomes ever, nothing becomes anything, nothing but becomes anything but, or anything what. For example, she has nothing to say at all. This sentence, we will take the auxiliary verb or the helping verb in front. So, has she anything to say at all? Nothing over here changes to anything, the second rule over here, and we put a question mark at the end of the sentence. When in the assertive sentence we have words such as someone, somebody, everybody, everyone, no one, nobody, anybody, anyone, while changing it into interrogative, we will use the word who. For example, nobody can deny the fact of mortality. Nobody is the word over here, nobody is there over here. You can see while changing it, we have to start the sentence with who. Nobody also is a negative word because it has the word no. So while changing it, who can deny the fact of mortality, and that is how we make the sentence interrogative. Everyone has a goal of life. Everyone is over here. While changing it, who. Who does not have a goal of life? Since this sentence was positive, we made it negative by adding not over here. You can also write who doesn't have a goal of life. Everyone knows him. This sentence is positive. It has the word everyone. Everyone is over here. Who doesn't know him is your answer. We make the sentence negative as well. So basically we have to follow all these rules that are listed over here. We have to make the sentence negative if it is positive, if it is affirmative, and positive is one and the same word. So if the sentence is positive, we make it negative, negative, then we make it positive. If the auxiliary or the helping verb is not available, in some sentences you will not find any helping or auxiliary verb. What to do in such cases? In present tense we will use the word does, in past tense we will use did or do. So we have to use the word do, does or did if there is no helping verb in the sentence. For example, television televises different program. Here the verb is televises, the subject is television. There is no helping verb over here. In such cases you have to see which tense the sentence is in. It is in the present tense, that is why we begin the sentence with doesn't. Now the sentence is also positive or affirmative. So while changing it, we use the word nt and make it negative. So doesn't television televise different programs. The guest arrived late for the function. Here we do not have any kind of helping or auxiliary verb. The guest arrived late for the function. The guest is the subject, arrived is the main verb. There is no helping verb. So that is why we use the word didn't. We take did from here, make it negative. Didn't the guest arrive late for the function. Now we are changing the interrogative sentences to assertive sentences. We are doing the vice versa. To remember the rule, negative to positive, positive to negative. We have to apply the same rules that we did for assertive to interrogative. Did you pay the bill? So answer will be you did not pay the bill. We have to remove the question mark. So remember, like how we did previously, auxiliary verb will be brought back and the subject will be taken in front again. Did you pay the bill? You did not pay the bill. If the sentence is positive, make it negative. We added not over here. Are you ready to leave? We are getting the subject in front and we are taking the helping verb behind. You are not ready to leave. Are they not sure to lose the matter? The sentence is already negative. So, we have to remove this not from here. They will come in front, are after that. They are sure to lose the matter. Who doesn't know him? When who is there, remember we have to use the other words that were listed previously. So, everyone knows him. The sentence was negative, hence we made it positive. Are we your friends? This sentence is positive. We take the subject in front again and we bring the helping verb behind. We are not your friends. Did you take your medicine? You will come in front, did will come back. We also make the sentence negative. You did not take your medicine. Convert the following assertive sentences into exclamatory. Doing the same thing again. We are beginning with the new type now. Convert the following assertive into exclamatory sentences. Previously we did the two types, assertive to imperative, imperative to assertive, and then we did assertive to interrogative, interrogative to assertive. Now we are doing the third and the last type, assertive to exclamatory and exclamatory to assertive. Let us see how this is done. There are a few set of rules that we need to follow for this as well. It is a very fine weather today. What a fine weather it is today. The boy is a great fool. What a fool the boy is. The boy is very tall. How tall the boy is. Now let us see how these sentences are changed. Basically, while changing from assertive to exclamatory, we add an exclamatory mark at the end of the sentence. We use the words what and how. Let us see how they are used. Few points to remember is, it is a very interesting book. Suppose you get a sentence like this, it is a very interesting story book. Before very, if we have the word a or an, then the answer will have or begin with the word what. It is a very interesting story book. What an interesting story book it is. What an interesting story book it is. So, if very, great or fine is there in the sentence and it has a or an in front of it, we will begin the sentence with what. It is a fine morning. Here we have the word a over here. So, we will begin it with what a fine morning it is. This is the same explanation that I have just told you, and this is the format of the sentence for you to go through. If in the sentence there is no a or an in front of very, great or fine, then we are going to use the word how to begin the sentence. The flower was very nice. How nice the flower was an exclamatory mark. This is the format of the sentence. The morning was very cool yesterday. How cool the morning yesterday was. So, in front of very, great or fine, if there is no a or an, we use how. If there is a or an, we use the word what to begin the sentence. This is from assertive to exclamatory. Transform the following exclamatory sentences to assertive. Now we are doing the opposite of it, the vice versa. Remember, we have to follow the same set of rules. How big that building is. Since we are using the word how over here, remember, we have to use the same format. That building is very big. What a fascinating movie it was. We are using the word what over here. So, we are going to use the words a and very over here. Fine or great, very fine or great. It is indeed a very fascinating movie. Now, when you get sentences like these, bravo, Raja had played well. We write it as, it is praiseful that Raja has played well. Hurrah, my elder brother has got a new job. It is joyful that my elder brother has got a new job. Alas, he has lost his new cycle. It is sad that he has lost his new cycle. So, let us see how this is actually done in the next slide. When the word begins with alas, while changing it into assertive, we will begin with it is sad that. This is the same explanation that I have just told you. So, alas, Ranjit failed in the examination. We will remove the exclamatory mark and we will begin the sentence with, it is sad that Ranjit failed in the examination. Alas, your grandfather has died today. It is sad that your grandfather has died today. So, if there is alas in the sentence, begin the sentence with, it is sad that. If the sentence begins with hurrah, then while changing it to assertive, we will begin with, it is joyful that. Hurrah, we have won the match. It is joyful that we have won the match. Hurrah, Sam stood first in the exam. It is joyful that Sam stood first in the exam. So, when you have hurrah in the sentence, in the exclamatory sentence, while changing it into assertive, use the word, it is joyful that. Third type, if in your exclamatory sentence there is bravo, bravo, he has won the first prize. While changing it into assertive, use the words, it is praiseful that. So, it is praiseful that he has won the first prize will be your answer. If your sentence begins with if, while changing it into assertive, you will use the word I wish. If we find unreal condition sentence with if, like if I were a king, while changing it you are going to write I wish I were a king. If I had a computer, I wish I had a computer. If I could fly, I wish I could fly. After if there is some real condition, for example, if you study better for the next examination, while changing it you will write I hope you study better for the next examination. So, after if there is a real condition, you will write I hope and the real condition. If you read the book well, I hope you read the book well. If you practice the lesson, I hope you practice the lesson. If in the sentence, your sentence is beginning with would that or oh that, while changing it into assertive, begin with I wish. Would that I could be a child again, your answer will be I wish I could be a child again. Oh that I were a poet, your answer will be I wish I were a poet. Oh that I could be a teacher, I wish I could be a teacher. Would that you were a cricketer, I wish you were a cricketer. So, if your exclamatory sentence begins with would that or oh that, while changing it into assertive, begin it with I wish. On this slide, you can see the shortcut method to memorize the same rules that I just told you. If there is a and, after very great fine, use what. If there is no a and, use the word how. Bravo. Then while changing it, use it is praiseful that. Alas, it is sad that. Hurrah, it is joyful that. If in your exclamatory sentence there is if, while changing it, use I wish. Would that, oh that will change to I wish for the assertive one. This is vice versa as well, the opposite as well. Now, here are a few sentences for you to practice. Convert the following assertive sentences into exclamatory. It is a very fine weather today. The answer will be what a fine weather it is today. It is joyful that I won the lottery. Remember, it is joyful. So, you are going to use the word hurrah. It is sad that I could not qualify the competition. It is sad that is used instead of the word alas. So, you are going to begin with alas I could not qualify the competition. He is a very noble man. What will your answer be? What a noble man he is. You seem to be much upset. How upset you seem to be will be your answer. Now, the last type, transform the following exclamatory sentences to assertive. How big that mango tree is. We are using the same rules vice versa. How big that mango tree is? That mango tree is very big. What a beautiful picture it is. It is indeed a very beautiful picture. Remember, we are using the same rules vice versa. If we had a sentence like that mango tree is very big, we would write how big that mango tree is. It is indeed a very beautiful picture. Your answer would be what a beautiful picture it is. So, the rules are vice versa. Hurrah, we have won the match. It is joyful that we have won the match. If only I were a king. Your answer would be I wish I were a king. So, we are applying the rules. With that, we finish this slideshow and we finish the chapter of types of sentences. Thank you.